And welcome back. Good to have you here today, folks. So we've got an interesting interview coming up. You know, from time to time, I like to feature young talents on this show, whether we talk about their passion for music and they get to do a little thing in terms of performing. A couple of weeks back, remember, we had Tammy Baldio here. And incidentally, this gentleman has actually worked with Tammy. Many of you may have, well, when we reveal his features to you, if I can put it that way, many of you might just recall, oh yeah, I think I saw him doing his thing at the Nikki Jazz Festival as well, accompanying Tammy Baldio. So I have in studio with me at this point in time Quincy Sharpe. But good morning, sir. How you do?
I'm doing very fine, ma'am.
Good. You're doing very fine, ma'am? Well, you're making me feel rather... Ma'am. Nobody calls me ma'am.
Well, it's actually respectable to say.
It is, I know, and I appreciate it very much. Well, good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for accepting the offer. Quincy, let's talk about music, your love, passion. How long have you actually been? Now, pardon my ignorance, but I just thought you played the bass.
Okay.
And now I realize that you're actually an accomplished musician. You play the keyboards as well?
And the drums.
And the drums.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been playing approximately 10 years now.
Nice.
I started off in church with my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it all starts in church,
always starts in
as
church.
they say.
Always.
And I moved on to other things like playing with side bands.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess along the way, you know, church kind of wasn't in the picture anymore.
Yeah, got the side.
So I started looking for a career opportunity in music. When I was at Town CC, I met Donald Best, and you know Donald Best, of course.
Absolutely.
And he actually hooked me up to play with him for his concerts in raising the funds for his tuition.
Right.
So through that, I was recognized by Barracuda, and he needed a bass player, so that's how I ended up playing with Barracuda.
Very nice. When did this whole big break take place? We're talking about maybe shy of a year ago, maybe?
Probably, because my first gig with Barracuda was All Year's Night last year. So All Year's Night this year would be a year playing with the band.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Tell me about the vibe. People think that... let me just go back a little. I had Sean, Mr. Roots Mitchell on the show once. You know Mr. Roots,
yeah,
right?
I've heard of him.
And he's also
bass player. Yeah.
And people tend to think that, the bass man hardly gets any sort of, highlights and features because you're just there jamming with your bass, doing your thing while the vocalist does this. The drummers might be a little extraordinary kind of thing. But how does it feel to be part of? What kind of vibe do you get when you perform live?
Well, the vibe I get when I perform live, first of all, I just zone out. Because this is what I do. This is my thing. So whenever I'm on the bass, it's like I feel like this is what I was born to do. And yes, it may not be at the forefront or getting the most recognition, but I can assure you that if the bass isn't there, you're going to notice it. Because it's actually the pulse and the heartbeat of the music.
So, right.
So the drums and the bass, once they come together, that's it. You have a band basically, because you can just have bass and drums and acoustic guitarist or vocalist, and you're pretty much good to go. Everything else is just like accompanying that.
Yeah.
But I love the bass because it's just like people always ask me this question. It's like I always try to find some explanation for it, but it's just something that I love to do. I just love the way it sounds.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things that you can do with a bass guitar, but you'll have to actually be into it to know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As a matter of fact, I love the bass, I know I heard someone make the comment once that, bass is it's just such a lazy thing and you're just there.
That's
I'm like, it's
true.
not
That's
lazy.
not
Are you crazy?
That's not true.
And
That's
I mean,
not true.
you can, who better of a person to tell us that that's not true?
That's not true.
But I think
bass
I
is the
agree
coolest
with you.
instrument ever.
I think so.
It's the coolest instrument ever.
I think so. I love drums as well.
Yeah.
But I think the bass, like you say, the bass is like the bass and the drums, the core to the final song that you hear.
Yeah.
I really like it. I really like it as well.
I love it.
Of course you love it. You've been doing it.
I love it. I want to play bass until I die.
Bless you. Bless you. Now, I know you started off in church with Granny and all of that, but who introduced you to the bass guitar?
Well, you can say I kind of introduced myself because
Right.
I was attracted to music on a whole. It wasn't just the bass, it was just music.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you can create stuff, you can express yourself through it. So the keyboardist, like he was always after church just sitting there and playing along. So like after church I would stick around, go and just sit by him and listen to what he was playing. And then one day he actually invited me to come over to, learn a few things. So he taught me the scales, he taught me like the basic things I needed to know. And I took that and I ran with it. Like I started like going online, looking for online courses, listening to different bands, trying to play along to their songs.
Right. So you're kind of self-taught.
Kind of self-taught,
Yourself,
basically.
yeah.
Asking questions, stuff like that.
Excellent. Let's talk about the gig with Tammy Baldi at the Naniki Jazz Festival. I unfortunately, forgive me, I missed that performance.
Well, you missed the treat. You missed the treat.
Man, let me tell you, I keep
missed the
hearing it.
treat.
Every time I bring it up, everybody's like, oh, shame on you, shame on you. But let's talk about that experience.
Well, that was I can say that was probably one of the most powerful performances that I ever witnessed or been a part of. It happened kind of random though, because I was just at home one day and my phone rang and Tammy called. Was like, Quincy, where are you? I'm like, I'm home. She's like, I need you to come to the mall right now. So I was like, Tammy, are you okay? What's wrong? Because I thought like something was wrong with her.
Right.
But then when I thought back, I knew it had to be musically related. So I went and she was saying to me that they're actually trying to put this band together for this jazz festival that they'll be having. And funny enough, the show was already organized. It was already, the whole program was put together.
Yeah.
But due to the fact that we were close with Mr. Evans, that's Shampi, and he knows a lot of people, so he was able to get us to go on first to open the show. And we only had like, I think it was like 7 days.
Yeah.
We had like about 7 days, like about 3 to 4 days practice. And it was, what was also significant is that everyone was from a different culture, different parts of the world. The pianist, he was actually from France. We had a drummer that he actually resides in Europe. And I was on bass and Tammy on vocals, and we had Donald on violin as well. And in 4 days' time, it was something amazing. And that's what I love about music as well, is that it doesn't matter what culture you're from or where you're from. Like once you meet a musician, it's just a connection.
Everything just meshes,
So when we hit the stage though, because Champy was always like, he was reiterating that we need to bring on the stage because we need to make an impression. We need to bring the house down.
Lots of pressure.
So, a lot of pressure. So it's like just him. I was keep on hearing him saying that in my head. Is like, you have to bring the house down. You have to make this really good. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna do this. And we went on the stage, and I guess people probably didn't take us serious because the name of the band was It Happened Really Quick. And we actually called it that because it really happened so quick. So like when he announced It Happened Really Quick, people in the crowd, they're probably like, oh well, it's another bogus band. It's just like, but when Tommy started singing, it was like, wow. And there was this one song in particular, this Etta James song, At Last. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I was literally holding back tears while I was on the stage. It was that electrifying. And she's an amazing singer as well. She is. And the thing is, she feels what she sings, so you actually feel it as well. And altogether, it was an amazing experience. I got to work with some amazing musicians and also get a little exposure as well. And and that good. Actually, it was really excellent. Good. It was more than good. It was great.
Good.
We were actually the only band that got a standing ovation that night.
No way. They mean I miss all that?
You missed all that. Like people were standing, people were crying. It was amazing.
So let's just say you did what Mr. Evans.
Yeah, we brought the house down.
You brought the house down.
We did. I'm proud of that.
That's fantastic. Any chance of footage from that performance, even if just one?
I've been asking forever.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
It would have been nice because like everybody that was there, they were just captivated, and I really wanted to see it. I haven't even heard it.
I haven't
even heard it. It was like a one-time experience.
Let's jump a little too, because we're talking about everything that makes you up as a musician. Let's talk a little bit about the keyboards. How often do you get to play the keyboards and the drums?
Well, because I'm so taken up with my bass and got a new guitar like early this year, which I'm in love with. Yeah, so
good.
I don't give it a rest. So I only play keyboards if I have to,
Right.
if I should say that.
Right.
At first, let me just say this, that I would only play piano if it's a slow song, like if it's one of those jazzy kind of songs, you know. That's the kind of music I like to play on piano. But
Right.
I love bass because whether it's slow, it's fast, it's whatever, it's bass.
It's just bass. It's just bass.
And
I'm going to ask you to stick up in just a quick second, Quincy, so we can just go to a break. Folks, I'm chatting with one of our local talents, Quincy Sharpe, and when we come back, we'll chat some more about his passion and his love for music. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Hey, don't forget, you hear that? You hear that? Yeah, it's still going. We still got construction going on site right here. And the guys, we should really get a photo or two of those guys doing their thing, boy. In the hot sun, in the rain. They don't work in the rain, do they? But especially good morning to the workmen outside who are currently trying to get things back on track. So that's just the little disturbances you'll hear ever so often. I'm continuing to chat with Quincy Sharpe. He is one of the island's, I like to call him up-and-coming musician. Bass players don't necessarily get their shine on the solo circuit, but it's definitely a face you got to look out for, and I'm sure many of you caught him in action. We were talking about the Naniki Jazz Festival event that took place here for the first time. And he was also part of the lineup at the Rhythms of Summer event, which took place, correct me, Marlon or Quincy, July, yeah. As a matter of fact, we've got a little footage for you. And there's Tammy doing her thing, such an amazing talent. And somewhere along the line, you're gonna see Quincy in action. So
wait for it.
There he is. There he is. You know, doing your thing. This is fantastic, though. Have you been getting lots of feedback from, let's say, your peers, Donnells, your buddy, you know?
He's always saying to me that, you know, you gotta come to Berkeley, you gotta do it, you gotta come up here, and everybody's like, you gotta come up there. So look at Champy.
There's Champy just having a good time.
Just having a good time.
And there's Ariel having a good time too.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's fun.
Fantastic.
That was fun though.
That's fun. There and well. There's Donnell doing his thing.
It's Champy just going like.
I know. So let's talk about. You just spoke about Mr. Evans. Mentors. You know, you got anybody in your life who really pushes you and tells you, you know, stick at this, go for it, you're on the right track, and advice when need be.
Well, I'm trying to think of who does that.
Yeah.
Who really does that? Like everybody would say, you know, I like what you're doing, keep at it. But I cannot think of any one specific person.
Right.
Oh, my girlfriend.
There you go.
Yeah,
you could tell us who she is. She's also into, let's just put it this way. She's also into music.
She's also into music.
Aha!
Yeah,
well, we'll leave them to add two and two together. As a matter of fact, she was just in that show, wasn't she? She was just in that shot.
Yeah, she was just on the show. I was gonna say it, but I was just like, okay, I shouldn't say this on TV.
Well, she's usually here sometimes when I can't make it.
Yeah,
she's usually here.
She's usually here.
So now everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about Miss Crystal again.
Oh,
yeah,
she's still out. She's still out of Ireland.
She came in last night.
No wonder
so
you're smiling.
she's actually watching now.
Hi, Crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, young love.
Yeah,
well, hopefully we'll get to. I mean, you've worked with Crystal before.
Yeah, we actually play together. We
actually
have like a little band.
Prickly.
Well, she sings and plays in Prickly as well. But apart from that, we have our own acoustic guitar and bass. Like we do gigs together. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Where does that take place?
Well, she's been away for a while, but before she left, we did a few gigs at Umbrellas. And a few other people contacted us, but we just haven't really touched base with them to do it as yet. But a few people has reached out to us, you know.
That'd be pretty cool.
So,
that'd be cool.
I'm trying to work on that.
Nice. Hey.
That's funny. That's funny though.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. I can't stop smiling.
But where do you see yourself? I mean, oh gosh, we always know that, you know, there's not so much that can happen here. We love our beloved island, and there's not much that can happen here. You just mentioned that Donnell said, hey man, you should just go for it and go further, reach out. Where would you like to see yourself next 10 years or so?
Well, next 10 years, I would definitely like to be touring. I like to be touring because I don't really want to go to a country and play there. I don't want to, because I'm already doing that here. I'm in Grenada and I'm playing music. I want to go from country to country, as many countries as possible, and just play music all over the world. To everybody, to everybody I meet.
You sung like there's quite a few. I mean, incredible musicians I've had here. Mr. Cecil Bartholomew, I know he has been, all over the world doing his thing. You did mention that you had the opportunity to play with a drummer from Europe, and I believe that's Ali.
That's Ali
you're talking about. Hey Ali, Ali's a fan of the program. I'm saying hi. Hopefully he's seeing the program online, because we're online as well. But all of these accomplished musicians, it's you should try and connect with them. You never know. Networking is such an amazing thing.
Well, the thing is, right, usually like when the performance happens, everybody's like all happy and stuff. But then after the performance is over and the lights go out and the curtains come down, it's like everybody just, everybody
back
in their own corner. You know?
Back in their space.
But we still keep in contact though.
I'm
still looking for different avenues, trying to reach out to people, and hopefully this will also be another way to,
absolutely
expose me.
Absolutely. All right. So I know you just have a private Facebook page, but you don't have something set up specifically for Quincy, the musician. But what about Barracuda? Would the band have anything online where people can actually see you in action?
Well,
past videos.
He has a page, but nothing really.
I don't think it hasn't been updated.
It hasn't been updated.
Yeah.
But if you really want to see me in action, the best thing for you to do is on a Friday evening when you have nothing to do, you call up your boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother, whatever. You say, let's go to Prickly, have a few drinks, and I'll be there live, which is better than actually looking at a video. So I like how you answered that question. Good come back there with that. So you can actually catch Quincy live at Prickly Bay. As a matter of fact, he's part of the band Barracuda. And Barracuda is a homeboy to the program as well. So, and I'm yet to make it there. So I know you're off this Friday. Yeah, we're off this Friday. So folks want to check you out, it's next Friday. We're usually on every Friday, but for some strange reason, there's another band I'll be playing this Friday. But I need a break actually, so it's not that bad. So next Friday we'll be back in business. There you go. And it's 8:30? 8:30, 8:30, fantastic. It's a nice atmosphere, pizzas, drinks. Yes, I heard it's really fantastic, cool. Who'd you love to be on the stage at one of these good days, man? I know you'd love to perform all over the world. But you got, like every musician got a dream performance of someone they'd love to be probably one of the Marleys. Nice. Probably one of the Marleys, or maybe Taurus Riley. I love Taurus Riley's music. You know Taurus is coming, right? Yeah, I've heard so. Sorry, Judah. I hope I'm not jumping the gun here. I've heard so. Hey. And Chronics. Well, I'm more attracted to like the more established people, like people that have been there. But I don't mind working with somebody new, but you like to go, yeah. But it's just a vibe. Like if I can tell that there are certain musicians that I'll definitely just mesh with. But apart from that, because I was just seeing somebody close by, because Jamaica's like right there. But on a bigger scale, there are people that I like. I like India Arie's music. Oh yeah. India Arie, I love her music, and Erykah Badu. Oh hey. Can't go wrong with Erykah. I mean, I don't want to limit myself, but it's kind of a bit out there. Yeah, so. But hey, you know what I always say? A guy can always dream. You never know. Yeah, you can always dream. You never know. You just never know. All right, so before we wrap up, Quincy, if you weren't doing this, what would have you been doing? Yeah, been doing. If I wasn't playing music, what would I be doing? Well, I do a lot of things. Before I was playing music, before I was playing music, I can't even remember what I was doing. But if I wasn't playing music, I'd probably be into psychology.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd probably be into
Interesting.
psychology or something like that.
Okay.
You know, something social.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
meeting people, that kind of thing.
Right.
But I love to read. I love to write. I'd probably be a writer, maybe, or something like that. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I said before we wrap up, but do you write music? Let's
well,
just say Christelle wants to do us an original something. Would you be able to pen something for her?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah.
She always says to me, like, you know, like, you should write that. I'm like, that's crazy, because
Yeah.
you're always making jokes. I'm always freestyling, like, saying crazy stuff.
Right.
He's like, you're really good. You know, you should try to look into that. But, you know,
You never know.
You never know.
All for now, it's just you and your bass.
for now, which I'm very happy and comfortable
Which
with.
you are very happy. We know you're very happy.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. It was really good to have you here. Pleasure
for
meeting
having me.
you.
Of
Keep up the
course.
good work.
Of
And
course.
I won't promise, but hopefully next Friday, I will stop by at Trickley Bay.
Well, I look forward to seeing you. And
Yeah,
I'll
man.
make sure that Barracuda says your name out loud. Like, we see you, Lexan, we see you.
And then I'll do this. I'll do this. But it's been a pleasure.
It's been
Keep
a
up the
pleasure.
good work. And
Thank you
just
very
keep
much.
reaching for the stars. You're welcome. You're
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.
You're welcome. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.